Okay, good afternoon, everybody. This is Real Life Live, and we're talking about what we're going to talk about that I mentioned a little earlier. You know, it's the NFL season, and it's getting late, and we're going to talk about just for fun. We're going to talk about what I feel is the most important game in NFL history. Okay, without a doubt. Okay, we're going to talk about that. And I saw the SEC championship. Congratulations, Alabama. And let's see how that goes with the playoffs. Okay, so uh, now that leads into what we're going to talk about as far as the game that I think is the most important in NFL history. Uh, we were talking about Alabama. The quarterback, the author of the most important game in NFL history, I feel, would be one Joe Willie Namath. And, a graduate of Alabama. Okay, so that all ties in together. So we're going to talk about the Super Bowl. You know, New York Jets versus the Baltimore Colts. Uh, and and we Eubank, the Colts. I mean the Jets coach and Don Shula, the Colts coach. And funny thing, Shula played for uh, Eubank, when he was playing, and then Eubank, he was with Baltimore, and then left and went to the Jets, and here we go, Super Bowl, and he ended up winning the game. Funny thing about the game, though, Joe Joe Willie, before the game, they were doing a lot of talking about, hey, who's gonna win the game, So all week long, Namath was running around talking about we're gonna win, and then he was sitting in the pool. It was a famous shot, and you know in front of reporters and all, he said, "I, we're gonna win the Super Bowl. I guarantee." You know, the Jets. So everybody, kind of, sent back. Whoa, no, that's never. And by the way, that's the first time. That's the only time I've ever heard NFL player guarantee winning a game. I heard Jimmy Johnson almost guaranteed, NFC Championship game, but that guarantee, that was the only time I've ever heard that. And and they won the game. And a lot of people think, hey, it was funny, something funny going on with the game. And I looked at the game, because I said, well, let's, I wanted to kind of refresh myself, and boy, I tell you, with the first half, and the way the Colts played, because they were superb that year. Uh, the defense was brilliant. They had four shutouts. And all. And Earl Morrall, he was the MVP. But here we go with this. Then here comes the Super Bowl. I mean, they had just shut out Cleveland, I think it was, to get to the this Super Bowl. So here comes Namath. He guarantees, and the game, the Jets. And one name is in looking at the game, he did what he did. He used his running backs in the game. We're talking about the whole game and you know, in review here. And so they had a good plan, but it was all Baltimore. They were shooting themselves in the foot over and over, and this game was the big game. Reason? Because it was the AFC, the baby league, the baby brother, and they had to beat the NFL because they hadn't proven it up until then. But this was the game to prove it. This is the Super Bowl. If y'all can win this game, the AFC, if you can win this, then you can join the NFL and it becomes the National Football League. What it is now. Okay, so this game, the AFC had to win it. They had to, or else they go down, go down the drain, and who knows, But you wouldn't have seen the Jets, Raiders, all those games, all those teams, But so that's why I say it was the most important because it banded the leagues, but the AFC had to win. So Joe Namath had to play a great game, one game. He had to win, and I'm saying that for a reason. We'll talk about that, in a minute. He had to win that one game, and the AFC they had to win that game. I mean, so and to get into the NFL, they the Colts they were boy that first half. I'm just thinking about it. Morrow his numbers were 5 for 16, 3 interceptions, and think they fumbled, they said the Colts had not played like that, and Don Shula did not coach like that. So it was a really unusual game that the Colts played, and so in halftime, I think it was 7-0. I mean, Baltimore didn't score until 3 minutes left in the game, so the game was over. Okay, so it was and it was a couple of plays in that game. It was one where there was a receiver. It was Johnny Orr. They ran a trick play. The Colts had, and still hadn't scored. And the play had worked. The receiver was wide open, but the quarterback Morrow he didn't see him. So a lot of people are thinking about this game. Like there's a lot of funny things going on with the Colts, and they just never played like that all year long. So we we looked at the game, because we had that we were going to talk about the most important game, and that was it. So as we say, you know, uh, the AFC basically had to win the game, and they won the game, 16-7. Named the MVP, and we move on, and that's the way. I mean, that's why we have what we have today. So I say that was the biggest game, and he was the winning quarterback in that game. So that gave him, you know. Well, I'll put it like this. Basically, that got him into the Hall of Fame. You know, that got Joe Willie Namath into the Hall of Fame. And so because that they had to win that game. Now, if you want to look at some stats though about Joe Namath, uh, as far as worthy of being a Hall of Famer, now I like Joe. I don't have nothing against Joe Namath, but the stats they're not Hall of Fame worthy. They're really not. He got into the Hall of Fame because one game, which is fine because it was the most important game in NFL history. So but if you look at the stats on him as far as 12 years, and what you really want to look at is the touchdowns, which he had 173, which is good, but he had 220 interceptions. That's not Hall of Fame, and that's what I'm saying, and his lifetime passing percentage 50% correct. So he hey, but he had to get one. He had to win one game. It was the ultimate assignment in the NFL, and he was a quarterback that had to mission impossible. That's what it was for the AFC. Mission impossible, and he did it. Okay, so that's why he's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. But as I just noted, and you can Google it up. You can look at Joe Willie's stats, and they're not Hall of Fame worthy. But that one game that he won, that's why he's in the Hall of Fame. So we wanted to talk about that, but Baltimore, they really shot themselves in the foot, and a lot of them plays, like the wide open plays, the fumbles, and those interceptions, and Unitas threw one, just right into. I mean, it just I don't know, but hey, that was a game that had to be won by who won it, and that's why I call it here at Real Life Live the most important game in NFL history, won by a quarterback, Joe Willie Namath, that played at the University of Alabama. He rolled tide again. Okay. Well, now we wanted to talk about what we wanted to talk about, what I told you we'd talk about, and hope you enjoyed and so as Alabama, they're maybe playing for another title, so we'll see about that, and what we're going to talk about tomorrow will be the NFL, and we were talking about Don Shula tonight. Don Shula, get it right, okay. So we'll probably be talking about him in the future coming up here, because we want to talk about a few things regarding the best coach in NFL history. Okay, so we're gonna go tonight, and I'll see you tomorrow. We'll be talking about the NFL games, and then we'll be talking about politics too. And oh, by the way, this is the COLLITICS station.